everyone, welcome to Playing With Your Food. As it's the first episode of my new show, I figure introductions are in order. I'm Chris, the food fanatic, and this is Playing With Your Food. I love games, and I love food, so what else is there to make a great internet humor show? Besides good lighting and decent acting. I decided to combine my greatest passions into one gigantic mess of a program where the main focus is myself and my viewers taking a good close look at food.
Not that close. Ew.
Anyway, you obviously must be here because you share some interest in learning about food, so let's get straight to today's topic. For those of you who didn't bother to read the title card, today I'll be talking about one of the world's most favorite fried round treats. I'm of course talking about onion rings, straight from the fryer. Ow!
No one quite knows who came up with the original recipe for making onion rings, but the basic concept of frying onions is a common idea. Most people think of the good old US of A when they think about where onion rings are popular, but they're eaten all over the world. You can find onion rings in plenty of other fat countries too, such as Canada, the United Kingdom, and Australia. In fact, one of the more popular offshoots of plain old onion rings, the infamous onion blossom, or bloomin' onion, which is a large Vidalia onion cut open like a flower and fried, can be found at any Outback Steakhouse in your area. And they're the most Australian place I know.
Unless it's all a big gimmick and they're lying to me. They wouldn't do that, would they?
Several fast food chains offer onion rings as an alternative to their french fries, and as a whole, they tend to be the superior option.
But that's just my opinion.
Nope, this is everyone's opinion.
Supposedly, back in 1933, a recipe appeared in New York Times Magazine for fried onion rings, possibly the first to appear in publication. But you don't need to go to your archives just to know how to make them. It's an easy job with an excellent payoff. Let me show you.
You'll need at least one onion, preferably a big Vidalia, but if you find a delicious Maui onion, feel free to use those. Next, what we're going to put together is what's known as our mise en place. Mise en place is a French term meaning everything in place, and it refers to you portioning and organizing all the tools and ingredients you'll need before you start your recipe. That way you know how much you need of everything and where everything is. And if something goes bad, you're not running around the kitchen like a lunatic.
My hair is on fire! My hair is on fire! My hair is on fire!
You'll need your onion, flour, milk, canola oil for frying, and seasonings. Salt and pepper at the very least, but feel free to add something wacky like paprika or chili powder.
Peel your onion and cut it across the middle, starting at the top and working your way down.
Now, I know a lot of you are probably tearing up right now when you're peeling your onions, but years of experience and practice have left me kind of immune to it. Ah! Got my finger!
Once the onion is cut, the ring should pop right out. Next, put the rings in a bowl full of milk, getting them to submerge as much as you can. Personally, I recommend using buttermilk.
Because I'm fat.
Let them soak there for at least an hour or so. Now, they're ready to dredge. Mix your seasonings in with your flour, then toss your rings in, making sure they're totally coated. Some people like to add beer at this step to give the onions a nice body and flavor, but I'm out of beer right now. Get a wide, deep pan and heat up your oil to around 350 to 375 degrees. Oil has a much higher boiling point than water, so even though it looks calm, it can still be super hot. Use a thermometer. Don't test it with your finger. Stupid. Place the rings in the oil and cook until golden brown. You may need to rotate them, as they'll be very buoyant and float around in the oil. And that's it. Hot, fresh, crispy, delicious, sumptuous onion rings. All that's left is to eat them. And for an added bonus, try eating them with barbecue sauce. It's a delicious combination.
Of course, if this is all too taxing for you, there is an alternative. Just run to your local supermarket and grab yourself a bag of Funyuns.
Created back in 1969 by Frito-Lay, they're ring-shaped corn chips with onion flavorings. Perfect for when you need your onion ring fix, but don't have the time to make them yourself.
And I'm sure they taste just as good as the real thing. Mmm.